Hey, race fans and everyone out there in the racing community, back with another interview. I'm really excited for this one. Get to know this driver a little bit more. He drives the number 7 WISSOTA Modified out of Perley, Minnesota. That is Mr. Bryce Borgen. Bryce, how are you doing today?
Pretty great, pretty great.
It's been nice to see you back behind the wheel this year. I've seen you a few times out at the racetrack, and assume that now that race season is kind of getting in full swing, that you're kind of getting accustomed to the racing life once again.
Yeah, it's been a nice change. I really enjoy it this year. I'm having a lot of fun.
Well, to kind of get to know you a little bit, I still consider myself new to like the Fargo area because I know you race around here quite a bit. Talk to us about your racing career, how many years you've been behind the wheel.
Oh, I started racing B mods when I was 13 years old in 2006 or something like that. And then I ran B mods for 4 years, and then I got a modified in 2011. And then I ran that for 4 or 5 years, and then I kind of got out of it actually. And I've had my own stuff. I sold all that, and then I raced for Bob Sagan for a couple years, and I ran one of Cody Erickson's cars for a while, and then I took a couple more years off, and now I got my own stuff again, and now I'm having a blast.
What kind of things did you do during that time off or the last couple years, and what got you back into it?
I kind of just consume myself with work. I'm a farmer, so it's work, work, work all the time, and I don't know. It was nice to step away for a little bit to really know that I missed it.
Yeah, sometimes as we kind of get like consumed with racing or whatever it may be, we kind of lose sight of like what actually makes us enjoy it so much. So sometimes it's nice to take a break. I could almost use some advice on that.
Absolutely.
Although the way this year has gone weather-wise, it feels like from the normal, my schedule's kind of been diminished because like there's been some weekends where like last year, I don't think I had a Friday off between the beginning of May to like September, and now I've had like 2 Fridays off because of the weather. It's weird.
Yeah, it's been goofy. I've luckily been racing quite a bit. We've kind of missed the rain on everything, and I don't know, it's been good for me. I think I got 10 nights in already, so
When you mentioned you raced in the modifieds, and actually, I was kind of digging through, just kind of looking up stuff. This is like the last driver car I had of you. I'm like, I think that's the last time you raced, but I forgot that you raced for like Bob Sagan and Cody Erickson those couple of years.
yeah, that was the last time I owned my own car. I sold that car, and then I quit, and then I raced for Cody and Bob for a few years, and I learned a lot, but I'm back in it now pretty wide open, so
Yeah, and so obviously being from Perley, Minnesota, you grew up around Ada, racing quite a bit. Any moments stick out from your early racing career up to this point?
oh, I had the worst time in Ada. I had the biggest curse ever. It took me 7 years to win a feature in Ada. It seemed like I'd lead a feature and something would happen, pop a tire or break a drive shaft, or it was always something in Ada.
Always seems like the home tracks where drivers are from are like their toughest ones to win. Is that just like a lot of it's luck, I'm sure, but is there a lot of more pressure when you race closer to home like that?
It seems like it. I mean, I hate to say that the pressure from all the people watching you is on, but I don't know. It's just how it works, it seems like. But if I go to a different track where there's like nobody there, like my parents aren't there, anybody, I do fine, it seems like.
Yeah, and then you get all the comments on like Facebook or something. It's like, dang, I wish I was there. I wish I would have gone. And it's just like, oh well, probably wouldn't have happened if you were here, I guess.
Right, exactly.
Well, kind of how would you assess your 2024 season up to this point? I'm sure you've ventured off to some tracks that you maybe have never raced at, like Casino Speedway, for example.
Yeah, yeah. We started off, we just went to Fergus. We were gonna kind of go slow with the season and see how things went, and then everything didn't wreck nothing. So we're kind of just venturing out, and I want to go race tracks that I've never been to. And yeah, we went to Casino, and I kind of fell in love with that place. It reminds me a lot of Buffalo River with a wall, so even better yet.
Say, do you like the smaller tracks more? Or do you kind of like hang it all out like the speed shine like places like Fergus or even Alex if you've been there before?
Well, I usually like stop and go tracks a little smaller, but I'm starting to grow pretty fond of Fergus now. I'm starting to get around there pretty decent, so.
And say you're not afraid of the wall at Fergus. I know that's a big hindrance to a lot of the drivers.
No, I'm not scared of the wall, but my right rear quarter panel is.
Gotten plenty of work out of it.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's already been raced 100 times. It's beat down pretty good.
Well, there you go. Now you're not afraid to kind of get up against it a little bit more, especially I think it was Saturday. Saturday, I know at the King of the Dirt, that cushion was very, very thin on the high side.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And that I made it 6 laps and I caught a rock in my radiator, so that ended my night early. But I don't know, the car's been feeling really well in Fergus.
Yeah, and you kind of mentioned how you're kind of just kind of going different places throughout the year. Do you have a set schedule or do you have anything that you want to like accomplish before the year's out?
Not really. I'd like to try win some races, but I'm gonna try to go to Fergus every night. I really like to do well there. The competition there is just crazy. It's got to be one of the hardest competitions in WISSOTA, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So and then going down to water, or trying to go down to Watertown every week too. I really like that place. So it's a little different. I got a big track and a small track I'm going to, but the car seems pretty balanced right now, where it works pretty well at both places.
Yeah, so do you have to do a lot of changes from night to night, especially going from a place like Fergus down to like a small bowling like casino? Is it a lot of work to get that car set up the way you want?
Not really. Like in years past with all my other cars, I'd have to change so much stuff. But with this car this year, it's so balanced that I feel like I can run it almost anywhere and not change much at all.
Okay, what kind of car is it?
It's a Hughes car from down in Oklahoma. Jason Hughes builds them. So he runs with the USMTS and stuff like that. And he's good.
Nice. And I think the USMTS actually makes a swing up here July, I want to say.
Yeah, July 16th, I think they're at Casino actually, and I don't know if I'll go to that or not. I'd get my butt whooped pretty bad, but it'd be fun to race with them.
Well, you never know. Like, especially around here in WISSOTA country, the WISSOTA guys tend to do pretty well at those USMTS shows. So I would try to make it a venture to race with them.
Yeah, I'd like to. That's always been a goal of mine is to run with those guys. Those guys are the best in the country. But like you said, these White Auto guys, we're right there too. All the guys I run with in Fergus are so fast, it seems like.
Yeah, especially in Fergus, there's some stout competition there. Do you have any big races at the end of the year for like year-end specials that you're gonna plan to hit it up as well?
Well, the end of the year is tough for me with farming because we always have harvest right when all the big races are going on. But I don't know. I'd like to hit as many as I can. Like through this next month and a half or 2 months, I'm gonna race quite a bit. And Greenbush just reopened now, so I'm gonna be going up there as well.
Nice. So you'll be putting on the miles. That'll be fun for fans to see. Has the reception been really good for you since you kind of come out of like a little break or a little retirement, so to speak?
Yeah, I kind of just flew under the radar. No one really knows who I am, so it's kind of nice. I can just go do my own thing, and I try not to ruff any feathers and keep everything clean. So I don't want to be out there making enemies yet.
Not yet, anyway. You kind of want to be like that mystery jar. It's like, ooh, what's he gonna do?
Oh, that's right. I don't want to show everyone my cards right away.
That's a good point too. I think do you have like a card or a domino on your car somewhere too?
Dice. I got a couple dice on my car. I've had that since way back. Since my first B mod, I had dice on that car, so I figured I'd bring that back.
It's a nice
I
little
don't
touch.
I don't know why I did it, but I don't know. I just like it.
Well, I'm sure that was a good challenge for Mike Speaker to put that in there, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it turned out really well. Mike did a really good job with the car.
Well, and I forgot to ask you too. I heard your nickname, I think, over at Red River Valley from Corey Litton was like the Perley Punisher. Any idea where that stemmed from?
I think Corey made that up, and I don't make nicknames for myself, but I think Corey did that one. Ron Krog called me the Perley Express a couple weeks ago, so there's there's that too.
I say you kind of got to roll with the punches of what the announcers come up with, and they're usually pretty catchy. So,
Right, right. They're good at that. I'm not.
well, we'll have to get those on driver cards at some point, like Pearly Punisher or Pearly Express.
Right, right. In my eyes, I'm just Bryce for now.
That's all right too.
Enough to have a nickname yet.
Well, once you get a few feature wins back under your belt, I'm sure a nickname will come at some point.
Yeah, hopefully. It's tough with these guys though. They're so fast. Everyone seems like they're perfect every night. It's hard to compete.
Has there been a biggest challenge that you've kind of faced since getting back into the WISSOTA Modified at all?
Just I don't know, just getting back to speed on everything. Just trying to be just as fast as these guys. And now I'm starting to get there. So now it's to step that up a little more and gain a couple more tenths a lap. And it's a work in progress.
Any favorite tracks that you like? Well, obviously Fergus is probably your go-to right now, but any favorite track that you have throughout your racing career?
I've always loved Buffalo River. It's always been my favorite track. I just seems like I do pretty well there anyway. I have fun there.
Nice. And of course, we're recording this on June 5th. They were having a mod show, which you and I were talking about off camera. So that'll be exciting to kind of return there for those sort of mods too.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to that one all year. So and the car's working really well right now, so I'm really excited.
Nice. Yeah. Wish I could be there for that show. Unfortunately, I'm going other places. Need that dang cloning machine.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Me too. Then I could go racing all the time and just have my clone at the farm.
Well, there you go. I mean, has farming been difficult for you? I mean, we've gotten so much rain over here in the Red River Valley that it's been, I don't know, it seems like it's been tough to just to get in the field.
It's been wet. I mean, we're probably 90% done with planting and it's not a big deal really, but we're sitting pretty good. And we've missed some really big rains, so we're sitting all right yet.
Perfect. Well, as long as the weather cooperates with farming and racing, then that makes us all happy campers.
Right. And I've been pretty blessed this spring too. It's worked out to where I can go racing and I haven't missed out on farming and I haven't missed out on racing for the farming. So it's been good. It's been fun. But farming always comes first.
Yeah, gotta work before you can play, unfortunately.
That's right. That's right.
Well, as far as sponsors or pit crew people, feel free to give them a shout out here.
Yeah, I couldn't do it without my best friend Garrett. He bust his butt on that thing. He's the tire man and he gets after it. He does I think it's 16 tires almost every night every week he does. So it's he stays pretty busy. But other than that for crew, it's just basically him and I. And then my other buddy Josh and my nephew Mason, they come help every once in a while and but mostly been Garrett and I. We've spent a lot of work in the shop this summer or
Yep.
winter. Winter, summer, spring, it's all been just a big blur now. So
Yep. And any other sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
yeah, Sanders Metal Products, Todd and Debbie, they've been helping me for as long as I can remember, and they've been a huge blessing to everything in the whole racing community too. They really support a lot of other people as well. So and then Deerdall Farms, my cousin Eric that I work with, he's been a huge help and he's so understanding about the time away for the racing and everything else. And I get to use his shop and it's been awesome. It's really worked out. So and then Dakota Grinding, Austin Arneson, he's a lot of help. I can call him whenever I want. If I have a question about stuff, I can bug him all the time. I feel terrible for bugging him, but he's good about it. So, and then Lawnscapers out of Fargo, they're good guys. They've helped me for a couple years now. And oh, who else do I got on the car? Safety Pole Manufacturing. He's jumped on board this year to help me out. They kind of help out with the farming stuff. So it's just been a big team effort, basically. I got a lot of good people behind me, and I couldn't do it without them.
Perfect. Yeah,
And
that's
Lee Gross just last week, Lee Gross told me he'd help me out, so that's been huge too.
yep. Lee's been helping out quite a few people, it seems like this year too. And of course, he's now out of the modified, so you don't have to worry about competing against him.
Exactly. Don't got to worry about him lapping me every night, just everyone else.
Yeah, and he's getting up towards the front of the field more and more in that late model too, so it's not taking him long to get used to that.
Right. He said he's more comfortable in that late model than he ever was in the mod, so it's good fit for him. It's good.
Perfect. Yeah, that'll be fun to see him get closer and closer to that first win in the late model.
Oh, for sure. It's coming. He's fast. He's always been fast.
Yeah, well, if you're on Facebook, be sure to follow Bryce's Facebook page, Bryce Borgen Racing. You can kind of stay up to date on his racing, everything, or where he may be traveling. Anything else that you want to share? Any swag coming up anytime soon?
I think so. And I don't know. I'm terrible about keeping up with the stuff on Facebook. I mostly just put it on my personal accounts. If anyone wants to follow that or add me as a friend, I'll do that. I'm terrible about keeping everyone posted on what I'm doing, but yeah, I think I'm getting some shirts made and some hats and stuff like that coming up.
Perfect. Well, I'll be first in line to get one of the either a hat or a shirt. So
Perfect, perfect. That'd be good.
nice. Well, I'm sure I'll be seeing you over the next couple weeks at somewhere down the road. And best of luck this weekend wherever you may be racing besides Buffalo River. And hopefully you get to Victory Lane here pretty soon.
I really appreciate that. I hope it's coming too. I feel like I got the speed right now, and it does get frustrating, but you got to look at the field of the guys that are out there too. I come in at seventh, and I kind of get down on myself, and then I go look back at the results, and it's like, holy moly, that guy's fast, that guy's fast, everyone's fast. So it's you got to look what you're doing too. So
Yeah, or you just look at like if you could tally like the years of experience, it's just like uh yeah.
yeah, there's guys like Dave Kane and Don Ishins and all them guys. It's like, come on, Travis Sauer and that field in Fergus is just stacked every night.
Yep. Well, then when you get that win, that's gonna feel really good.
Yeah, like I've won a couple heats now in Fergus, and it feels like I just won a freaking feature.
Yeah, a heat race is a well iron field like worthy of a feature itself.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So it makes it a little more sweet when it's like that too.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to seeing you again soon, Bryce, and thanks for taking time out of your schedule and hope to see you in Victory Lane soon.
All righty, I really appreciate it.
Thanks. Take care, everyone.